There's a very good chance that I have a broken rib as we speak. I live in Italy and I have to go through the public healthcare system. And I thought that this would be kind of like a decent idea, maybe good idea, I don't know, to show you like how everything works. I'm gonna walk you through the process, explain you how much it's gonna cost me and everything in between. So pretty much, the way that it works in Italy is that, of course, we have public healthcare. That means that it's not free, but it is funded by the taxes that we pay. So if you have a job, like if you're employed by someone, or if you're a freelancer like me, every single year you do pay taxes. If you're employed by a company, then the taxes are deducted automatically from your pay. Well, if you're a freelancer like me, it means that every single year you have to do like your taxes declaration, and then there's a certain amount of taxes that you have to pay. We are all covered, like as long as you're a legal resident in the country, you will have access to public healthcare system, and most of the time when you use it, it's gonna be pretty much free, or it's just gonna cost you a couple of euros. So how does it work when you require medical attention? It really depends, and it really goes down to what your issue is and how urgent it is. There are of course ERs, and then there are your local family doctors. So we all have assigned a family doctor that takes care of us for everything that is not urgent, or if we have some like chronic issues, we rely on our family doctor. In my case specifically, I have assigned one that is super technological, and I love that because I can have access to my doctor with an app. Not every single doctor has it, and mine has had it from maybe for like 2 years or so. So with this app, I can send messages to my doctor, I can request prescriptions if it's something that I have already been prescribed to in the past, and I can book appointments. So the way that it happened to me, back to my rib, is that about a month ago, the 6th of March, I fell while I was doing agility with my dog. And I decided not to go to the ER, but I'll explain to you why later. And I didn't think much of it. It only hurt for a couple of days, and I thought that it was fine. But then weeks passed by and I still had pain. I still have it as we speak. So I just booked an appointment with my doctor via the app, and I went for a visit that is completely free of charge. I'm pretty sure that you could go to your family doctor every single day if you need it, and it would still be free of charge. 0 cents paid. So that's one way, family doctor. The other thing that you can do is go to the ER. But ERs are of course emergency rooms, so you're only supposed to go if your problem is urgent and you require immediate medical attention. Whenever you go to the ER, you are assigned a code. There are 4 codes in total. Red, which means that you're pretty much about to die, like you have to be seen as ASAP. Then there's yellow code, which means you're not dying, but you definitely need medical attention, so you are in line right after the red codes. There's green. Green is like, okay, you have a reason to be in the ER, but it's not that urgent, as in like you're not about to die. So you will, it's good that you came, but you will have to wait. Then there's the white code. The white code is pretty much, why the hell are you here? Like, this is a matter for your family doctor. Like you had no business being in the ER. So what happens if you go in the ER and you are assigned the white code, you will pay, at least in Lombardy, my region, 25 euros of fine. I'm not sure if that changed in the last couple of years, but I know that used to be the case a couple of years ago. So the 25 euros, as far as I understand, it's only like a symbolic fine that you get because you go to the ER where you're not supposed to, and that means that potentially you're, taking up space from other people that might require more attention than you. So you will still be visited and you will still go through the process, and they will tell you what to do or whatever, but you will pay the 25 euro fine. As far as I know, with all the other codes, you don't have to pay because you had a reason to be in the ER. So the reason why I decided not to go to the ER with my broken rib is mainly like probably the big problem with ERs in Italy, which is you go inside and you don't know if you're gonna be out in 1 hour or if you're going to be out the next day. Of course, if you are urgent, if you are a red code, if you are a yellow code, you will be the first one to be attended, and that's absolutely fine. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. If it's a life-threatening issue, you will go above everybody else. But that means that if you have a problem where you're like not in danger, so potentially a broken rib cage, in my case, okay, I should probably say that in my case, it didn't hurt that bad. I thought that maybe it was broken, but I didn't have any trouble breathing or anything like that. So I thought that I was fine without going to the ER, which is the reason why I didn't go in the first place. I didn't go because I knew that my case wasn't super urgent, and I just didn't want to go and not know when I would be out. Like, it would still be free of charge because, like, you know, broken rib. Keep in mind that I didn't know if it was broken or not back then. But like, even it wasn't a matter of, oh, am I gonna have to pay the 25 euros? It was just a matter of, I didn't think that it was that bad, and I didn't want to spend potentially hours in the ER. However, these can vary. I had to go to the ER for a little accident about a year ago. I was assigned the green code, so I had to go to the ER, but it wasn't urgent. I was in and out in, I think, 1 hour. So I was very lucky that day because apparently nobody just was at that hospital at the moment. But like, there are other cases where you can go in the evening, and yeah, maybe like you will still be there in the morning, and you really don't want to do that. So that's why I didn't go to the ER in the first place immediately. And it's potentially a big issue, I guess, in Italy, that waiting lines can be long. I'm not gonna deny that. That's like one bad thing of this type of system, but it also makes sense. Like, I can't complain too much if I don't have an urgent matter. Alrighty, so what's the next step? Now, I went to my doctor's appointment with my family doctor. She visited me and she was like, yes, I think that you have a broken rib. So the next step is an x-ray to confirm that the rib is actually broken and figure out how it's gonna heal and all the next steps, right? So at this point, what the family doctor does is it refers you to what you have to do. So in my case, I got a prescription for an x-ray. In other cases, it can be like that they refer you to another type of specialized doctor. So like, I don't know, maybe, you have a dermatological issue, they will write you a prescription for a dermatologist visit, a visit with a dermatologist. And that is also covered by the public health system. However, there is a little twist. Now, it's not that bad, but I'm pretty sure that now I will have to pay a little fee for my x-rays, and I think that is going to be around 18 euros, something along those lines. So I guess that we can say that this is the copay. And I'm pretty sure that most people have to pay this copay in similar cases, unless they have exemptions. For example, like if they're unemployed or if they have chronic illnesses. I'm pretty sure that there are some categories of people that don't even have to pay these 18 euros. Maybe they have to pay a little bit less or like zero completely. I have to pay 18. It's not a big issue, of course. Like, I know that without public health care, like, this would be very, very expensive. I don't even know if we're talking about, I don't know, like 300 euros or 3,000. I have no idea. But I think that I will pay around 18. We will see that in a second. So, another issue that sometimes comes with a public health system is waiting time, right, for your visits. Honestly, I wasn't too sure how fast this was gonna go. Because I know that in some cases, whenever you get a prescription for a visit with another doctor, the waiting list can be long, like ridiculously long. I think that like once when I was maybe like a teen, I had to get a visit like that. The waiting list, I think that it was like 12 months, something like that. 12 months for the national healthcare system, which was crazy. But here's the twist: you can always go to a private doctor, and surprisingly, the facility that you ask, if you ask for a private visit, they will have availability like within a week. But if you ask to the same facility to have one with national care health system thingy, it's gonna be 12 months, which is crazy. And it is a big flaw. However, keep in mind that like, even if you have to go through the
private visit, you decide to do that, it's normally going to be anywhere between like 100-150 euros, depending on like where you go. So again, I know that compared to other places of the world, it's nothing crazy, but in Italy it's quite a lot, because like I'm thinking like of the US, for example. You guys in the US, you have like very high salaries compared to Italian salaries, so like maybe 150 euros is nothing for you. But there are a lot of people in Italy where their salary is like 1,500 euros. So you see, there's quite a difference there. So 150 euros can be a lot for a family in Italy with an average salary. Now, in my specific case with a rib, what's happening is that I got an appointment immediately, and I was actually very pleasantly surprised about it. The way that it works now, everything is online. Like, you can go to like some directly to the hospital and book a visit, but I did everything online, and they gave me like a bunch of availabilities. Like I was able to go today, like I'm going, but there was availability for tomorrow, the day after that. Like there was a lot of availability. Keep in mind that I got this prescription from my doctor on Monday. Today's Wednesday, and we are going for the visit. So I'm very pleasantly surprised about this. But again, in other cases, you have to wait a little bit longer. I know that in these cases, in cases of prescriptions by doctors, the doctor can put a specific priority on your prescription. So like if it's something super urgent, they can give you like a high priority, where it can be like this has to be done within 30 days or whatever. So like you kind of skip the line ahead of everybody else. I don't think that was the case for me. I just double checked my prescription as well, just to like, to know if I had a priority or not. But it doesn't say anything. Like there's just like priority ... blank. So I think that like I don't have a priority, but there was a lot of availability for this specific thingy. Now, I am rambling a lot. Let's just go inside for my visit, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so I'm back in my car. I paid 18 euros and 75 cents. It was very quick. I probably spent like half an hour there in total. And I don't know the results. I thought that the lady would tell me something immediately, like, because she asked me like, why are you here? And I told her what happened. And she took the images and she was like, okay, you can go home, bye. Now, I do have a paper where it says that I can come pick up the results next Monday, which is on the 14th. So I guess that I will have to wait until then. So this is me on the same day, just a couple of hours later. I realized that I didn't really record an ending for this video, but there's not much else to say, as in like I'm just gonna wait for my results. They will arrive Monday, and I have to go to the location to actually pick them up. Unfortunately, they will not deliver them digitally. I was hoping that they would, because it would be just like so much easier to not have to drive there. They said that like maybe the written part, I might find something in the Fascicolo Sanitario, which is like the website of our health system. I might find something there, but the actual x-ray image that I have to give to the doctor, to the family doctor, I have to go pick it up. So that's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. I really hope that you guys learned a little bit of something with this video. I hope that it was useful, and I don't know, I just like felt like giving a little bit of a point of view from someone that actually has to go through the system, and not just sitting here and reading how our system works. Like I feel like sometimes the first person experiences are what teaches better. So I hope that you enjoyed this one, and don't worry, my broken rib is gonna be fine. It's not that bad. I mean, I've been like this for a month and I survived. I just have to be careful now and give it time to heal. Thank you so much for watching this video with me. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below how the healthcare system works where you are. Oh wait, I feel like it's important to mention one more thing before I end the video. Insurances. There are private insurances in Italy. You can absolutely have it. I personally don't know a lot of people that have it. I think that I technically have one, like as kind of like as an extra protection, but then one is only in case like I get in an accident or like something bad happens and I have to stay at the hospital overnight. And in that case, they will give me like back some money, and like if I need a dog sitter or grocery shopping, somebody will come and help me. I never used it so far, and I'm not even sure if it's a good idea to have it. I'm considering canceling it, to be honest, because I don't know, but I don't know. Thank you so much again for watching this video with me. I really hope that you had a great time learning, and I'm gonna see you guys real soon.
Bye!